Welcome back. We are on route one of the wellness tree. Now, route one is called Ready, and it's literally about us being ready. We're ready to start releasing the things that no longer feel aligned. We're ready to create positive change. We're ready to kind of draw that line in the sand. And so this is about new beginnings, fresh starts, embracing failure and the need to be perfect, because we are I see this as we are nature. Nature demonstrates imperfection so well, I think. You know, branches that aren't perfectly straight, or trees that go in a funny direction, or flowers that don't fully come out, or trees that keep growing even when one of their branches has been chopped off or something. There's so much adaptability, there's so much resilience, and we are nature, so we have that same resourcefulness within. So ready is about, no matter what has happened before, no matter what I've tried in the past, I am going to do this thing no matter what. This goes for any change that we're wanting to create. So when we start with our ready branch, we're literally getting clear on the changes we want to make. Maybe we don't know exactly where we're going, and that's part of the fun of the journey, is not knowing and being okay with not knowing and not having all the answers. But what I found in my journey so far is, by taking these stepping stones and these next steps, these seeds, these following the nudges and the desires and the callings and the whispers, we can then start joining the dots, and then we can just start, we this feels like it's adding to our tree, our strength, our resilience. And one day we can look back and just see how far we have come. And it's so inspiring as well, and shows other people how they too can do it. We doing this, we're giving other people hope and encouragement, and showing others what's possible for them too. It has that gorgeous ripple effect. So, first of all, think about, and maybe you know already, what things, and I invite you to actually have a journal for this journey ahead, or a notebook or something. What things are you wanting to let go of? Now, you could brainstorm and just create a list, and there's no judgment. We're not blaming ourselves, no judgment, nothing. We're just being curious, we're noticing, we're coming from this lovely neutral energy. And I'm just reminded how I did find this so hard at one point, because I used to get so frustrated that I couldn't let my nightly wine habit go, or my binge eating sugar junk food addiction. I couldn't stop doing it, and I would beat myself up so much, so much. And then it's taken a long time, but I gradually managed to start bringing in some kindness, some compassion. And this is so important. We all need to be doing this, really speaking kindly to ourselves and bringing in some love for that part that's really trying, that really wants to change. And yet, there could be some reason why it's we're feeling stuck. And I know in my own journey, I had a lot of help and mentors, and a lot of energy work and things, as well as working with the wellness tree. And like I say, it can be many different approaches and many things, but we can do so much of this ourselves just by being our own coaches, our own investigators, and looking at the feedback, looking at being open to experimenting, seeing what works, noticing how we feel, looking at our feedback, trying something different, with so much love and kindness and compassion, and doing it with others as well. So important. So, what things do you want to let go of, first of all? What self sabotaging behaviors don't feel good that just need to go? So, it could be things like, and this is what it was for me, things like over drinking way too much and not being able to stop at one or two glasses of wine, and instead the whole bottle was gone, and it was pretty much most nights. Before that, it was a childhood addiction to sugar, so I was just constantly eating sugar, comfort eating, self-soothing. It was also drinking too much coffee, it was smoking way too much, and I didn't do any drugs, thank goodness. It was also overspending, so I was constantly spending money, looking for things to buy just for that dopamine hit. I was always looking for something to make me feel better, something outside of myself, something to fill a hole, a void. It was numbing, it was squashing, it was escaping, it was just not wanting to be in the present moment. And I had really huge anxiety anyway, panic attacks. And so all of these behaviors were just fueling that. And it had such a negative impact on all of my life areas, from sleep, wasn't sleeping, wasn't having that good quality, nourishing sleep. I was procrastinating because of fear, and just not wanting to step out of my comfort zone. I had no confidence. I couldn't talk to anybody. Um, Really, just a shell of a person. So when I was younger, I completely kind of disassociated from my body, and so when I stopped drinking 8 years ago, and I did have a few drinking experiments in that time, but pretty much like 95% sober. But on that sobriety journey, this is where I'm now diving deeper, so much deeper into soul wellness. And stopping drinking was just opening the door for this whole new conscious, intentional life that I am creating still. This is daily work. And so when I stopped drinking, I literally didn't know who I was. All I knew was I wanted to feel better. I wanted more energy. I wanted to be present. And what the Wellness Tree has been amazing for is showing me how to be in the present moment, how to feel the discomfort of things like sitting with my feelings and not numbing, not squashing, not escaping. And that has really helped with my kind of soul journey. My spiritual practice is building that connection to myself, and to something greater than myself. And that's different for all of us, whatever you believe in, whether it's God, source energy, spirit, universe, nature, whatever, this is such an individual journey. And for me, I've always felt this strong connection in nature. And yeah, it's just, I'm still on such a deepening journey with that. And this is why it just feels so good to be able to share the Wellness Tree, because this feels like such a big kind of collective journey together that we are all on. So whatever you want to let go of, whether it's avoiding, what are we avoiding? What are we procrastinating over? What are the things that we want to be doing that we're not actually doing, we're not carving out time for? Are we playing small? Are we not being visible in our businesses? Are we not showing up because of fear, or fear of failure, fear of success, fear of, I don't know, what will people think? And there's always levels for us to reach, isn't there? So how is that for you? What's going on for you? Is it in your business? Is it in your own health and wellness journey? So just getting really clear on what are the things, what are the habits, beliefs, the patterns, the stories? How are you self-sabotaging? And then also in this Route 1 Ready, we are starting our promise to ourselves, our devotional promise, that we're just going to show up every day, listening to our bodies, doing the inner work, taking those next steps and balancing it between masculine and feminine energy, the doing and the being, and ultimately showing up in this more balanced, conscious, intentional way. So that's Route 1. Route 2, join me in the next video for Route 2. See you there.